This video is actually for Hank's owners, and this isn't Hank. I forgot to do the video today, and I'm not sure how well it's going to be captured tomorrow. So when you're starting your dog on the bell to go out, what I usually do is teach them to touch first. Just my hand. And it's fairly simple, so I take my dog or puppy. My hand has the treats at first. Touch. The moment his nose touches mine, my hand opens up. Touch. Up. Touch. Out. Good. Touch. Open is what I meant to say instead of out. Your hand. So whenever I'm giving, the dogs that have been coming here lately have been really good about taking treats, but I usually just close the treat in my fist because I don't want to make a biting habit. Present it to dog, touch, open, and that way you don't tend to get grabby snouts and hands. And if they start chewing at your knuckles, you just keep it closed until they're gentle. Touch. All right, so that's step one, which isn't by any means finished yet, so you want to do that for a week or so, perhaps combined with this, depending on how, some dogs, it takes a long time for them to do that. So then I like to pair it with noise, but usually a bell, but I don't have a bell, I have a clicker right here. So I'll go touch. So I want to make sure the dog's not afraid of noise, and like I said, usually it's a bell and I want them to, first they touch the bell and then I want them to ring the bell. Sadly, I don't have a bell in the house. Touch. Touch. Then, once you get puppy touching the bell to where it rings, then you put it on something sturdy because the wear and tear that bell's in the string or the rope is going to take is going to be frequent. You'll probably have to change it unless you have something really good. I haven't really found something that will last years yet, or even months. So then I put the item on the door, and I have the puppy touch it there. So I have a little crate. So pretend this is a door to go out, and not a crate filled with balls that is distracting Bailey. Bailey! Then I have the treat, the bell, pretend there's a bell hanging from here. I'll go touch, open. Now sometimes, touch, open. That open is not to the dog, it's just to let you know when I open my hand. So sometimes puppy is reluctant to ring the bell once it's hanging, and then I usually, it's gross, smear a little peanut butter on it and spend part of the day waiting for the puppy to ring the bell, opening up the door, letting the puppy out, let him back in. So if I want the reps to keep repeating, sometimes I'll throw food out the door because they get bored when there's really no reason to go outside. So sometimes I'll just have a little pan of treats, not too many because I want them to come back inside, and then start doing reps. Once that's done, and you've spent a significant amount of time, then I lengthen how far I am away from where the puppy rings the bell, and increase that either by just hanging out and waiting for the puppy to do it themselves, or by directing them to touch the bell if I can, by slowly increasing the duration. And then I run to the door and I open it up. So the puppy learns that he can ring it, I don't need to be next to the door with him, and he can magically make me open up the door. So once your puppy gets all that, and they're ringing for you to let them out all the time because it's the best thing in the world, then I go back to my house training schedule and, you know, I do make sure they pooped and peed. If they don't, they go up in the crate. Then I'll let them out again and start implementing the house training schedule at that point, if I need to. Some dogs pick up really rapidly to this. Some dogs will try to make you let them out all the time, and so that's what that's for. You poop, you pee, and you come in. So it's not for me just to let you out to play or ever. So there's a lot of steps to it, but it's fairly simple and easy to do. But you just start with the touch command. You go to the touch something command that makes a noise. Then you go to the touch something by the door command. Then you go to the touch something by the door and a little bit away from you, and I run over and fling the door open. And when they're touching at the door before that, when you're right next to her, you're also flinging the door open. And then it's touch it, I fling the door open, you do your business, or you go back in the crate. And that's basically it. All puppies are different. Some puppies just, I've had my own personal dog, Leon, learn just by watching me train another puppy to do it. He did it on the first day and he had it for the rest of his life. Some puppies are like that. Some puppies, you have to go at a very slow, patient pace to get all the steps in. You'll know, probably, as long as you're not impatient with your puppy, which kind of puppy you have. So, again, this isn't Hank, but this video was for Hank and his owners on touch for the purposes of house training. Boink. And oh, I should just mention, towards the end steps, you are taking a risk that you're giving your puppy the opportunity to choose to pee and not alert you or not. There's no correction for it other than to keep repeating the steps and making sure you're consistent all the time. Because if they do that, probably something went awry or they're a puppy and they're just learning. So I don't make a big deal about it. If I have an accident while I'm waiting for them to go ring the bell at the door, I just keep on keeping on. And that's that, huh, Billy? And that's that. Your crates over here are filled with your toys.